So, I am Lisa Andrews and I am back with my very own podcast, and that's another story. So excited to have my new guest on here. This is the first guest and he is...
Antonio.
Now, I'm a massive fan of Antonio. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. So I just did want to explain a little bit about Antonio. He is a digital creator, but Antonio has an alter ego called Janet, and Janet, no disrespect to Antonio, is who caught my eye. And Janet is a big character, a mum, a wife, and it actually made me belly laugh. So after watching some of the sketches of Janet, I thought, who is this person behind Janet? Hence me inviting Antonio on to get to know firstly Antonio, and secondly how Janet came about. Like, where did this woman come from? I messaged you, didn't I?
You did.
Slipped into your DMs. I'm guilty of that.
Slid in.
Messaged him, and he's just informed me today that you don't normally do this sort of thing. That old chestnut.
Why? Is that what people say when they're trying to appear to be a bit cool? I
don't know, but you know, it reminds me of the girl that sleeps with 10 men a week and says to him, I don't normally do this. I felt like that's what you were doing.
Well, if you do look me up, you'll find there is
I stalk you.
All right. Well, you'll see there's not a lot out there.
Okay.
So I think I was honest.
You're being honest.
I think so.
So let me chuck this at you.
Go on then.
Why did you say yes? Because I have a list of who I want to come on my podcast, and Antonio was at the top of my list, and I randomly messaged you, didn't I? And I didn't even have to hustle. You were like, yep, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm very lonely.
But he's got no friends whatsoever.
No life.
No life, no friends.
Yeah, nothing to do. No.
So here he is getting free coffee and free donuts.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's nice.
I've had the tea. I've not got any donuts.
Donut is if we see how well you do on the podcast, and then you get a donut.
It's like when you go to the dentist and you get your sticker.
Yes, exactly. So the reason I stumbled across Antonio, you do certain characters, comedy, don't you?
I do.
And I can only liken you to Catherine Tate. That's what you remind me of, like your sketches. But it was one particular person, Janet, that caught my eye. I need to ask you how you came up with being Janet, what's made you do what you do. So you're an influencer, aren't you? Do you want to explain a little bit what you do?
Well, I hate the word influencer.
Yeah.
I like content creator.
Okay, can we cut that out?
Yeah, because no,
I agree.
Could call me whatever. I mean, it's just if I don't feel influential, I just feel like somebody that's just making videos and just making people laugh.
Yeah.
But what I do, as you said, just create comedy skits, lots of different characters. It's funny that obviously you mentioned Catherine Tate. I love Catherine Tate. I always have since I was a kid.
And me.
And I love all the different things she does, all blended into one. You know, in terms of how Janet came about, which is the mum character, really by accident. So they just started off as mum skits, not the mum being called Janet or being a character or anything, just regular comedy skits, and then just one by one, slowly, not instantly, slowly they started gaining traction bit by bit.
Okay, because the reason I think I was like, you've got to come on my podcast is I have so many women that watch my podcast that are very invested in real life, being real, and Janet's so real, isn't she?
Yeah.
And you do things that make me go, oh my God, I do that with my kids, da-da-da. Have you got a Janet in your life?
I don't think so. I think Janet, because people will always say to me, is Janet your mum?
And isn't she?
No, she's not.
Okay.
She's loads of mums in a blend, put into a blender.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's just... She's just a little bit of what I always observe on a daily basis. So there's parts of my mum in her. But yeah, I would say it is just a little bit of every mum that I've ever witnessed. Or just, it's like I made a cocktail of all mums and then the cocktail's called Janet.
Because when I showed your sketches to my son and my daughter, they're like, for fuck's sake, Mum, that's you. So even though I saw it, they saw it as well, which hence I've got you here now.
Yeah.
My next question, Antonio, is where do you want to go? What's the vision with Janet and all your characters?
I mean, I feel like I've achieved what I want with Janet already.
Do you?
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's the end of the road.
No, not the end of the road as in I've achieved stuff and I'm finished.
Yes.
I just mean I like the place where she is.
Where she is.
You know, she's got this community of people that love her. She's got merchandise. She's got the quotes that, you know, people know her from. I feel like she's very built.
Established.
Yeah. And so really, I feel like if I do have any future challenges, it would probably be to get a character to the same level that Janet's currently at.
Does.
Yeah.
Which I suppose you mentioned Catherine Tate. We've all got a favourite character of her, haven't we? But they're all amazing.
Yeah.
Antonio, do you get trolled?
Do I get trolled? I mean, if trolled means is trolled like repetitive? Or
awful comments, you know, people saying terrible things, just putting you down. Do you get that? Have you been trolled?
Oh God, yeah.
How do you deal with that?
You just don't.
You ignore.
You just don't. I mean, I feel like I have had a very angry era of feeling like I want to argue with every single person that puts something my way, but as time goes, because I've been doing these videos now for about 4 or 5 years, so I'm very used to, and when you are starting to do videos that are hitting 6-digit figures in terms of viewers, there's no possible way it's all going to be 100% nice.
No.
So
Don't show off. How many views are you getting?
6 figures.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, millions.
Millions. Everyone loves you, don't they?
I'm obsessed.
Yes.
No,
but I get what you're saying. Of course, with that amount of views, you're going to get some hate,
it's going to come. And in the beginning, it was very no, you're not saying that about me, and I'm going to say something nasty back. But then you realise if you fight one,
you've got to fight them all.
You've got to, and can you?
Yeah.
Realistically, you can't. So you have to just let it go. I just think that if you have a fair amount of people that are saying things, it kind of becomes an impossible battle. So you've got a choice. Are you going to get into it, or are you just going to just let it be? And I'm at a point where I'm starting to kind of let it be.
Because I read one of your, it wasn't a troll, but just someone not being that nice. And it was basically saying, how dare you mention the menopause and you don't know what it's like for women. And I actually had to write on there, he's fucking hilarious and I'm menopausal. I was shocked that, women, my take on life, and I say it all the time, you've got to laugh. If you can't laugh, you might as well be dead.
Absolutely.
But seriously,
so true.
And you've got to laugh at situations. But I was shocked that some women go at you because is Janet menopausal?
She was never supposed to be. It was just you can't win.
No.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You cannot win. It's women that wanted the menopause video, and then when it was out, it was women that disliked it. You know. And it's so. Now I was always afraid to do that video. I never wanted to do it because I knew what.
You actually said that to me.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah. You said I'm worried to do that, and I said no, it's amazing.
I literally.
And then I got you trolled, kicked to the ground.
I remember us having that conversation.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because I think a week before I actually did it, I had another conversation with my auntie where she was talking about funny things I could do for it too. But there were people that weren't pleased with it. But you kind of that moment because it was really funny. I was really busy the night that I posted it, so I wasn't on my phone, didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next morning to loads of messages in my inbox of people being disappointed about it.
Because you'd done a post, didn't you?
I did.
You did.
I felt like I needed to say.
You needed what, to apologise?
No, I don't think I needed to apologise. I think I just wanted to tell people where I stood.
Yeah. Are you menopausal?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I'm trying to cause more trouble for myself. I best not even go there.
No. Yeah. I'm really going to cause you trolling, aren't I?
No, you won't.
No.
But you can't win. And when you're doing comedy, that I feel like that is a battle that you constantly fight the whole way through is, am I going to offend?
Yeah.
And I really have been, and I feel like in many ways I've tried my best to not say things that are too
Don't you think, Antonio, that it's getting worse and worse what we can and can't say? And like, if you watch comedy, if you just, for example, Only Fools and Horses.
Love.
Me too.
I've got a signed photo of David Jason.
Spud me.
Hand signed.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
I love him more than you.
Fine, you can have it.
Thank you.
No, actually, I can't give that you.
No,
I don't know why I agreed to that.
No, take it back, give it back.
Yeah.
No, but what I was going to say is some of the things they've said on there, if you comedians said some of the things now, oh my God, they'd be hung, slung.
The thing is, what it is, and again, reverting back to the whole menopause thing of what, when everyone else.
Sorry, I can't.
Is it making you mad?
I'm getting a hot flush. No, let's go back to the menopause. We're right now.
The problem is when people start to align comedy with their personal life and their personal feelings. It's like, I remember when I did the videos, loads of people like, I've been going through this and I've been going through that. And it's like, listen, who's actually addressing this directly to you? Stop making it about yourself.
Yeah, get a fucking grip.
It's just,
no, but you're right.
Also, my videos as well, they always have a title. It's very clear at the beginning. It will say, Mum's doing this or such and such. So you instantly know what it's about. You see the menopause, and that's obviously something that's triggering for you. And, and you go out of your way to decide you want to watch that. Well, you don't be upset with me afterwards when,
See, my take on is it that you're helping women in menopause laugh about what goes on. Because it is brutal. Like, I'm going to put it out there. Menopause is brutal. I'm in it now. I know you don't believe me, but I am.
I don't.
Say you're not. Say no, you're not.
I do believe her. I'm joking.
No, but it is brutal. But you have to laugh about it. Otherwise, you just wouldn't get through it.
No, of course. People handle things in different ways. I've had a lot of women say that the videos help them laugh, help them forget, help them see light, whatever it might be. And that's great. It's not supposed to be for all, and I can't be the answer for all women's going through the menopause.
No, exactly.
And I'm not trying to be.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say, my community have asked me to create a video based on the menopause because they love Janet as a character. Here it is. This is for the people that enjoy it, and the people that don't, scroll along and find something else that makes you happy. You get people all the time, and they'll write stuff. They'll write, I don't like these videos. I don't.
Yeah.
And I just go, who's holding you hostage?
Yeah.
I don't have a gun to your head. If you don't want to watch these videos, you are quite free to move along to something that makes you happy.
Do you feel like we held you hostage to get you here today? Do you feel like a hostage? I have stalked.
You told me not to speak about it.
Yeah. Stum. I'm giving stum. Another question I wanted to ask regarding Janet. Sorry, I do love you as a person as well.
Yeah.
Just wanted to ask another question about Janet.
Yeah.
Does she love her husband, and has she even got one? Because he doesn't get a mention.
Well, he does. He does.
He?
You're just not paying attention.
I've not noticed him.
Mark. Everybody loves Mark.
Are you joking? I've never heard Mark.
He's like, he's not all the time, but like he has about he's in a third of the videos.
Does Janet
when
love
she goes,
Mark?
and she's like, oh, Mrs. Shithead, Mrs. fucking think you're the mortgage payer, you can tell me what to do. Yeah. I
thought it was to the son all the time.
So sometimes it's Mark.
Right, okay. Another question, I just, if for anyone, if you have or haven't watched Antonio's stuff, and you must watch it because it is absolutely hilarious. But I noticed you standing out in a street shouting up when Janet got the sack, chucked out the office.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of a street shouting.
Yeah.
Do passerbys stop and ask you if you're okay?
They don't. I think they're probably just wanting to stay away.
Do you think people just think you're an absolute nutter?
They do. So so that video on Facebook, that got loads of hate because people didn't even think it was a character. So they genuinely thought I was like this person with big hair and glasses shouting outside a building on King Street.
Oh,
So
they didn't know.
So they were like, so people were writing, you know, lock him up and chuck away the keys. You know, genuinely thinking it was
Genuinely.
And I was like, you know, I was like writing back, like, I was like, no. I was like, I'm just playing a character. Like, I'm not like that, you know.
So there's a very fine line, isn't there, with you want people to be invested in you, but in the right way. We don't want you locked up and the key thrown away.
No.
It's a bit much, isn't it?
It's now, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? No. I've done fuck all wrong.
You've done fuck all.
I've done fuck all wrong.
Leave him the fuck alone.
Fuck all wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong to leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right fucking now.
Fucking leave him. Antonio, a little bit about you, because obviously I've interrogated you about Janet.
Yeah.
Do you or have you, and this is quite a deep question, I think.
Right.
Have you always been humorous, and do you hide behind humour?
Wow.
Sorry, I just feel like I need to ask you that.
I mean, I feel sometimes I don't always feel comfortable calling myself funny. I think the jury's out there on whether I'm funny or not. I think that lies
Not
with,
in my book,
so,
but
like
I understand.
Like
yeah.
as in it's with you or whoever to kind of make that determination. But oh my god, I would absolutely say I hide behind humour.
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even as a child?
Yeah.
And were you funny as a child? Did people say to you, "Oh, you're so funny"?
They did. People.
Is this how this all came about?
People would. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to say that's how it came about, but people would say that. But yeah,
Were you the class clown?
No, I wasn't popular enough to. Is the class clown a popular? What is the
Class clown is the one that disrupts the class, makes everyone laugh.
No
No.
one was feeling my vibe in school.
What, did they not get you?
No,
Oh, don't say that.
it's true.
Did you have any friends?
Barely. Yeah, no, it was bad.
Is that honestly? You,
No, genuinely. I mean,
And do you think that's why you hid behind humour? Maybe.
potentially. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like I've realised that I hide behind humour a lot more that I'm in adulthood. I feel like
So you still do it now in...
oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I feel like it's just a habit of mine that I've just always. It's like a bit. I think it's a coping mechanism that a lot of people use.
Were you bullied in school?
I don't know. I mean, what I would say is I gave as good as I got.
You did.
Yeah.
You gave it back.
I did.
But you weren't the popular child.
Oh god, no. No.
Because the reason I'm asking that is I think a lot of funny people, when you talk to them, hide behind humour. Even people that have made it, when you read their story, they'll say, no, this is how I deal with things. But that's why I wanted to ask you, growing up, and what about your home life? Was your mum funny, your dad funny? Where do you get your sense of humour from? Or are you just unique?
It's so weird because I don't like if you were to say to me, what member of the family are you most alike? I would say I'm quite different to them all.
What about your auntie? You mentioned your auntie.
She's humorous.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My immediate family are as well.
Yeah.
I think so I'm a middle child. I've got two sisters. Older sister, I would say is like the polar opposite to me. A little bit more quiet, not as eccentric.
Yeah. And your family finds you funny? Do they?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Do you live with them, or do you live...
I live on my own now. I've lived on my own for, like 6 years.
Okay, because when I see you doing sketches, I'm guessing that's your apartment. Now,
yeah.
Are you there on your own, behaving like that?
I'm there on my own, yeah.
Behaving like that?
Behaving like
That concerns me.
It's concerned the neighbours.
Yeah. Do the neighbours not say, are you okay?
So in the previous place... Yeah, so it's really funny. I actually moved 3 times along the same 2 streets. When I initially moved to Salford, I was working in Selfridges, the department store, when I was 19. I was working there, and then I wanted to be like closer to the Trafford Centre, which is where I was working at the time, and so that's how I got the first place.
Yeah.
Then COVID happened, obviously, and it was going great, getting all this full pay just at home or whatever. And then one day they were just like, sorry guys, we're slashing the hours, we're cutting the hours. I was in a monster overdraft. I was literally just, you know, my life at that point was literally get a paycheck, overdraft eats it, and then just keep on rotation with that constantly for a while. So cutting my hours was the end of me.
Yeah,
so
it's all over. Had Janet been born by then now?
She hadn't.
She hadn't.
There was no hope.
Okay.
There was
you were a lost cause.
Badly, yeah. In so much debt, like just living beyond my means and just really not being forward thinking about where any of it was really going to end up. And so I remember we sat down with a friend one day, and she said, "I'm really sorry." She was like, "You can't afford to keep this." And it was only a one bed in Salford. She was like, "You can't afford to keep it." I just remember crying because it was like it was my freedom. Like it was my safe space. You know, my little one bed, just me, myself, and I. And it had been my routine for a couple of years, and I just didn't realise I'd let things get so bad that I couldn't keep a.
So what did you do?
So I had to go and live in a horrible house share with 7 people.
How did that go?
Well, it was. Do you know what?
Be honest.
It was hard. Anyone that's lived on their own for a period of time understands the freedom that living alone gives you, and you become really accustomed to that.
Yeah.
So then, to have had that, and then to have it taken away, so like it's like I'd have to share a kitchen, I'd have to share a fridge, I'd have to share a washer, and all it, and it made me uncomfortable to the point that I didn't want to do it. So I just kind of like stay in my room like a hermit.
Is that when your characters come about? When you were in that bad place?
So the TikTok got born in there.
Did it?
So a lot of the early videos that you see is in that room that I was living in.
Did your
it was literally a room.
Wonder what the hell is he doing?
Not entirely, because I don't feel like it was all as wild at the beginning.
Right.
I think so. When I was there, I was just trying to find myself.
Yeah.
I just knew that there was going to have to be more of a hustle than this retail.
Yeah, you had to do something else.
We had to pull it out the bag.
Yeah.
You know, we've got overdraft over here. You know, Nationwide want the money back.
Yeah.
I've always known that I am able to do the kind of thing that I do now.
Yeah.
Just back then, I just didn't know how
to go about it.
It was figuring that out. Yeah, some of the videos started to get born in that room.
So TikTok was the making of you, am I right? That's where it all began.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
So it is the power of social media, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Because without that, there would be no Janet.
Yeah, there'd be no. I mean, it really was. I mean, I always say, TikTok really is that platform that I believe allows people that are not established on any other platform to really make something of themselves.
I'm so bad on TikTok.
You've got to get good.
Like, I want to do it, but I'm so bad.
I always say my thing, I mean, it doesn't apply to everybody, but I think if you can't master TikTok, you'll definitely struggle on the rest. TikTok's the easiest
Instagram.
one. It's good, but it's not. Instagram, I don't think, it is very interested in providing growth to people that are not already established. Right. So I think, my Instagram is not where I thrive.
Yours is TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah, and everything I have off it has literally it's just traffic that has come from there. And only now that I have had like people for the past year and a half go in there, are Instagram now interested to be like, this guy's a somebody now, so we'll start pushing him out a bit more.
So we'll push him out. Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Are you making a living from...
Yeah, it's my life.
This is your full-time now?
No.
No? Right, okay.
No.
This is your life?
I sold the business. Yeah.
Yes, moved on. Moved on.
Well,
this is your life, yeah?
Well,
so
it got worse before it could get better.
What do you mean by that?
So, I, for whatever reason, decided that it was time to leave Selfridges and go and work in a call centre for a broadband company.
Yeah.
That was awful. Yeah, I could tell you.
Was it awful?
Oh, I hated it so bad. Like, it was just, I wanted to do something different that wasn't what I'd been doing for like the past 4 or 5 years, which was working on this skincare counter. I have to say, Selfridges, I loved working there.
But you went and done...
Went to the call centre.
Yeah.
So by the time I'd left Selfridges, I started to have just a little bit of leverage on social media, so I knew I was onto something.
Yeah.
I think by the time I'd left Selfridges, I'd probably done about 60,000 on TikTok.
How quick did you grow?
Not quick.
It took time.
It was slow burner.
Yeah.
I was not one of these overnight people that just...
Oh, it was slow.
It's all staggered.
Yeah.
2,000, 4,000, 8,000. Oh, now we've got 20k people watching all the time now. Odd one getting 100k and just... So I was working in this call centre, and then by the time I got there, like, things were starting to take off. But it was hard because it'd be like, I'd do this 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and I'd want to put a video out nearly every day. So I'd go home and I'd film every night, and it just built and it built and it built, and to the point that I didn't have to be in the office anymore.
How lovely. Did you go in and say Janet's leaving?
Kind of. So I staggered it. So I went 3 days. So I went down to part-time.
Yeah. And then...
I never should have went to part-time. I should have just sacked it off from the get-go, because I was becoming more attached to that world. I was becoming more and more detached to that office.
Yeah.
And it was offending them greatly. Because,
was it?
Oh, we would have fights all the time. Yeah, because they'd be like, get on the phone to this customer, and my head wasn't there. But then I have to understand that that's what I'm there to do.
That was your job, yeah.
So it was hard. So at the time, like, the reason I went to part-time was because I was not sure, I wasn't confident that I believed that I could financially be stable off this at that time. So I thought, just ease into it, drop a couple of days. Went down to part-time, and I just didn't want to do it.
What's your advice then to... Because, I mean, social media is such a big thing of all of our lives, isn't it? And, you know, there's so many people that want to be influencers. I know you don't like that word. What's your favourite... How do you term?
Digital creator, content creator.
Content creator. What's your advice to people, youngsters, and like, I'm just starting now to go on TikTok. Like, I don't want to work anymore.
No, and
I want to be a podcast host for the rest of my life. That's what I want to do. So I need to build myself. What's your advice?
I think it's quite harsh advice. I think everybody can do this line of work, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that you should. I feel like we are living in a generation where, like you said, everyone wants to do it, but I think people really need to sit back and think, what can I offer? Genuinely, what can I offer?
What's your niche?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it doesn't have to. I've always said it's not about who does it first; it's about who does it better. Yeah. So you don't always have to have a niche. As long as you're just doing something and it's great and people are loving it, that's fine.
That's fine.
You know, there's a reason that we've got a new crew of beauty influencers, even though we had loads 10 years ago. It's like, if you can do something good, people will find their way into watching it. But I do get a lot of people that will come up a lot of the time, and they'll go, because they know that, like, obviously I do videos, and they'll go, oh, I'm posting all the time, but, like, I just can't do it. And it's like, if it's good, people will find it. I do believe that. I do. I think here and there there's slight injustices where sometimes I might watch something and go, oh, that person deserved a little more. But, my videos, for example, I will never encourage anyone to like, share, because I just think
Don't you? You're very, yes, you're not like that, are you?
I am in different ways, but I do believe that if it's good, people will just want to share it. They will.
Without you asking.
They'll just want to. Be good.
Yeah.
At what you're trying to... It sounds really simple and silly advice, but that is really all I can say. Be good at what you do.
Easily distracted, back chat, attitude chat, you're just like your dad you are.
So we're back, Lisa, with...
Janet.
Well, it's so nice to have you here, Janet. I'm just going to fire some...
Nice to
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to fire some questions at you, Janet.
Right.
Are you menopausal?
Pardon? What kind of question's that?
Janet, I'm at the beginning of my menopause
No.
journey.
Oh.
I thought we could have a girly
I'm nothing
chat.
nothing like you. Don't even try and compare yourself to me. Don't even start.
I thought we could have a nice chat about menopause, Janet, and how we could help each other, maybe. Hot flushes.
Piss off, thinking I'm one of these, you know, I'm not getting involved in all of this sitting here pretending, that's another bit that I'm not getting involved.
What are we pretending, Janet?
Don't
This is a
even
very
get-
honest podcast, and I got you on here today to talk honestly,
Honest.
because I think you're menopausal.
Say again.
I think you're menopausal, Janet. The way you behave, the way look at you.
Next question, please. Don't want it to get out of line, do we?
She's definitely menopausal. Okay, moving on. I'd like to know a bit more about, for one, how does Mark put up with you? But I mean, how are things at home with Mark?
I'm not trying to be funny, but Mark actually copes with me fine, thank you.
Do
I
you
bet
and
even
Mark,
your
are
bulldogs
you still
can't put up
sexually
with you,
active?
sweetheart.
Are you and Mark still sexually active?
I mean, you know, yeah.
Because you talk to him like dirt, don't you? You talk to Mark like absolute dirt.
That's not. That is actually, you're really out of line for bringing that up on here now.
No,
That's
but this
actually
is all about honesty.
No, my husband, what goes on between me and my husband's private to do with me and Mark. That is you.
Well, I'm just sort of saying what I'm sure everyone's thinking. I think you bully Mark.
I think it's all in your mind, Lisa.
Okay. Well, Janet, I wanted you to come on
mentally
today.
unwell.
Janet, that's not very nice. I wanted you to come in. Like, I really like you, Janet, and I know you slag Debbie off.
Like me. She likes me.
No, but I know
Yeah,
you slag
and she prods
Debbie
me
off.
while the camera's recording. Do me a favour, Lisa. Do me a favour.
Janet, you slag your friends off. Look how two-faced you are about poor Debbie. I'm sure the other day you called her fat. Like, I just want to know, you know, why don't you be nice? Or is it the menopause causing you to react to everyone so awfully?
I think I am a nice person. I don't understand.
I do deep down.
You know, I'm very confused as to what's going on. I actually can't recall any of the things you're bringing up, actually. You know, I've never called Debbie fat, actually.
I mean, no. I've noticed, Janet, you're now a psychic, aren't you? You're doing... And I'm not so sure about that. I feel like it's just something you've decided to do. I mean, are you really a psychic?
Absolutely.
Who was it, Lovey, that's passed?
My granddad.
Right, yeah, no, he is here, yeah. But unfortunately, we've run out of time.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can speak to him, I can reach him, but it's going to cost you an extra £50.
£50?
Yeah.
But he's here.
He's here.
Definitely him.
It's him.
Alright, £50 then.
Yeah, he's had to go, he's knackered.
Let's do some things with me then.
Okay.
Come on then.
All right. What am I getting? All right. Let me just tackle the energy. All right. Okay. What I'm getting, Lisa, is that you're very hated. That's all.
What, that's it?
Just for the moment.
Well, that's it, Janet.
Just for the moment. Okay. And there is I'm being connected to a loved one that you've lost in the past.
Is he still alive?
Okay, just bear with me, Lisa, now, because this is a bit tough. This. So I am getting somebody that has passed, that was once in your life, that's very important to you. Do you recall somebody that's passed who was very important?
Not
to you?
really.
No, really?
Mm.
That's strange.
I haven't lost anyone. Haven't lost anyone, Janet.
I haven't lost anyone.
No. So I don't know who you're picking up on, Janet.
How strange.
Yeah.
That's weird. Well, I can't think.
Mm.
Okay. One thing I'm also getting is that it's deeply encouraged that you actually leave your job immediately, because I am being told that you are going to inherit £500 million by next week. So it's very important that you drop everything that you've got, all your commitments.
What, even the podcast?
You drop it all, because you are going to come in to a lot of money.
By next week?
Mm-hmm.
What if I don't, Janet?
That's what I'm being told.
Okay.
That's what I'm being told.
Janet, I'll be honest, I think this psychic thing that you're doing, I don't agree with it, because I don't actually think that you are a psychic, and I think I'm saying what everyone else wants to say.
Do you know what I'm starting to actually sense now? That you're a bit of a bitch!
I could actually say the same about you, Janet. I've admired
Well, you can't, because you haven't got the psychic senses, love, so it's not something you could come back with. Alright.
Janet,
what?
I have admired you on social media. I reached out to you. I've invited you to my home to film a podcast. You've come here. You're rude. You're up your own northern arse. Actually, I just want to end this podcast now. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching the That's Another Bit of Bullshit podcast, and she'll be back next week spouting more bullshit than she's ever done before.
Never coming on my podcast again.
Wow.
Janet.
4 hours I've travelled to come here. 4 hours, and I'm getting there, and the best thing you can give me is a mug of water, you dusty bitch. Piss off. And you can piss off and all.